Okay, so I guess it's time to start the Geneva vlog. I'm sitting at the Villa Costanza bus station slash train station, and I'm gonna get on a bus in half an hour. So okay, I've done the classic hostel get ready routine, dropped off my bag, and now I'm going to find coffee. Believe it or not, it's 7:40. The sun rises really late here, so it's dark and it feels like it's the middle of the night, but it's not, it's morning. So I'm gonna go find coffee, and then I'm going to go pick up my badge for the UN, and then I'm going to be at the UN today. Crazy. Give me a little badge. I'm so excited. I'm going to the library. I'm gonna bother all the librarians about their jobs, and it's gonna be great. So let's find our flag. Oh, there it is. It's up there. It's up there. Do we see it? Oh, we see it. Okay. Okay, so here's the thing. I was absolutely given directions and I absolutely did not follow them. So I am walking around the entire Palace of Nations, which is still fun. I'm literally walking around the entire building. I thought there was like a way to get through, but they have it blocked off. So around and outside I go. And as long as it's not pouring, I'm not mad about it. I just need to, oh my God. There's dead ends everywhere here. I need to get over there. But how? Okay, I'm figuring things out. I need to be over there. And I'm gonna get there. But I mean, look at this. This is pretty cool. I maybe look suspicious, but no one stopped me yet. So I'm just gonna keep on moving and act like I intended this little detour around the entire building. The best solo traveler ever, I just gotta say, cause guess what I just did? I had lunch with a librarian from the UN. She bought me lunch and sat with me for over an hour and talked with me about her job and her life. She's from Rome, just very, very cool. I am having the best day ever. Good morning, guys. Welcome to another day in Geneva. I have just checked out and rented a locker to store my bags, and today I just get to run around and explore, which should be super fun. Last night for dinner we had fondue with a friend that I made on the bus, so that was super fun. I think I'm gonna start with the cathedral today, and I'm not positive if it's open, but there's a bunch of stuff around there if it isn't, so that's where I'm headed. So I'm gonna take a quick little bus, get over to the other side of the lake, and we're gonna have a good day. Is that what I think it is? Okay, making a little stop along the way because I have to. Did I just pay 9 francs for this? Absolutely. I had to. I didn't think I was that person, but I am that person evidently. So I have my pumpkin cream cold brew, the only one that I will probably have this entire fall. So let me have my moment, okay? it was closed, so I went to Parc des Bastions and then to Maison Tavel. So got to see a little history museum, got to take a little walk in the park, but now it's noon and the cathedral should be open, so I'm hoping that I can get in and check it out. Done with lunch and I've gone to pick up some chocolate and I still have time to kill. So I'm gonna see if I can't find another spot to maybe pick up a couple more gifts and souvenirs and stuff, because I've kind of knocked everything off of my checklist. I feel kind of like an expert here. So yeah, I'll let you know when anything else happens. Okay, I'm really tired. I just ran into an actual pole. I'm ready to go home. Hey, I'm back. It's Monday now, so I've been back for a little more than a day at this point. So I just want to kind of recap everything that I learned from this trip and share a couple of things that I'm going to do differently next time. Okay, so one thing that I really liked about this trip, I made a friend like right away, and it was very convenient. Like, we were on the same bus and happened to be staying in the same hostel, so I don't expect it to be that easy in the future, but it felt really, really good to have someone who was like in the same hostel room as me. We just followed each other on Instagram, and so that way we could communicate with each other if we saw something cool that we wanted to recommend to the other person. We went out to dinner on Friday night, and it was really good to know someone else in the same city as me, and to know that person would notice if I went missing and vice versa. So I will definitely be doing that again. Another thing that I really liked that I did was planning my activities in advance. I ended up with like a little bit of like extra time, but for the most part, I felt really fulfilled with the activities that I had planned. I knew that on Friday I wanted to spend most of my day at the UN, and that was just the coolest day ever because I got to interview a librarian. She bought me lunch, which was just so nice, and she is actually from Rome, so we talked a lot about Italy, and it was just a very, very cool experience, and I'm really glad that I was able to do that, and to do that on my own too. If I was traveling with a bunch of friends, I think I would have felt a little pressured to cut that time short, and I'm really happy that I didn't have to say no to that interview over lunch. I was like, yeah, I can wait a couple hours. I can just sit here and do research, and we'll go to lunch whenever you're ready. Like, it was just such a perfect scenario. I was so happy about it. Another thing related to that, using the like Apple Maps guide feature is really, really helpful. In advance, I was doing my research on places that I wanted to go, things that I wanted to see, and I would just add them to a guide for that city. And then it was really just useful because I could have a visual of like where all of these things were relative to each other. So that way it was really easy to be like, okay, I'm doing this, what else is close, so that I don't have to like cross the city like 4 times and, you know, waste a bunch of my day that way. So highly recommend using a guide, or, you know, just whatever kind of, like, have a map with all of the things that you want to do on it, because that just makes it a lot easier to kind of plan your day. And yeah, highly recommend. One thing that I am not going to be doing again is taking an overnight bus both ways. I'm not going to say that I'll never take another overnight bus again, but the ride home was like 14 hours, and that was just too many hours for me. It's just, that's a lot of sitting, and I didn't sleep very well. My back hurts still from that. Like, I got home so early in the morning to, like, I came home and it was like 7:30 and I slept until noon because I got like no sleep on the bus, even though I was on the bus from like 4:30 in the afternoon until 6:30 the next morning. It was not a very pleasant experience. So I will not be doing that again. I do have an overnight train booked for the end of my fall break because I'll be going to Austria. But that train is like, I think it's under 9 hours. It might be under 8 hours. So it's not as bad, and it starts at like 11 p.m. So it's a reasonable time for me to like actually be tired. It's not like I'm spending an entire afternoon on the train. And so I think that one's gonna be a little bit better, but if that sucks too, then it's flights for me for the rest of it. One more thing that I'm gonna do differently next time. I only had 2 restaurants on my list. I think I was trying to not be like rigid. I wanted to give myself like flexibility to eat wherever. Like, I had 2 places planned and I went to both of them on Friday, and then on Saturday I had breakfast at the hostel, but lunch, I had no idea where to go. And by the time I was ready to eat lunch, like, it was a little later in the day. It was like, I think I started looking at like 1:30, which is an issue because kitchens start to close after like, you know, anywhere after like 2 p.m. they will like close down kitchens. And so I was like scrambling trying to find some place, and I wish that I would have had like, you know, 2 or 3 more options like scattered throughout the city, so that I would have like had a vetted option ready to go. It doesn't ruin your ability to be flexible if you just have a couple of options ready to go. And like, I was just so like hungry and I needed to go to the bathroom super badly, so I was like, I will go anywhere. And I wound up eating a lunch that I was like, okay, this is fine, like, it's food, but I was not like excited about it. So I think I would rather do a little bit more research in advance. So quick little summary of the takeaways: make a friend, plan your activities in advance, and did I talk about using public transportation? Use public transportation if they have it in your city. It was super cheap and easy and made my life a million times easier while I was there. Things that I wouldn't recommend doing is the overnight bus both ways, or being underprepared with restaurants and stuff. Always useful to have more information and more ideas for things to do in your back pocket. I overall had just such a good time, and I feel really good about that being my first solo travel experience. It's made me very excited to continue traveling on my own. I have 2 more trips like this. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you next Tuesday. Bye.